Nick Carraway introduced himself as a non-judgmental observer of people who had just returned to his home in a wealthy Western family from the East Coast after a devastating disappointment. He is about to tell the story of the disappointment that happened 2 years ago.
In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice. Always try to see the best in people. That's why I always try reserve all judgment. But even I have a limit.
I see, Mr. Carraway.
Disgusted with environment and everything. Only one man has exempt from my disgust. He was Mr. Gatsby.
He was a friend of yours?
He was
Where did you meet him?
at a party in New York. He personally invited me in the summer 1922.
Nick goes to have a dinner with her cousin Daisy and her extremely rich husband Tom Buchanan. Tom is rough, aggressive, and physically intimidating. Daisy and her friend Jordan Baker were talking and giggling, and their conversation slightly shattered when he entered the room.
So, Nick, Daisy tell me that you're over in West Tech. Throwing with this social climbing new type of money people.
I know somebody in Wessex.
I don't know a single person.
You must know Gatsby?
What Gatsby?
I told you not to call me here.
Got some woman. She might have not the sense to the telephone at the dinner time.
Is it too much to ask?
Who is Pammy?
Well, you see, Nick, when Pammy was born, Tom was with God knows whom and God knows where. And I asked the nurse if she was going to be a girl or a boy, and she said she was a girl. And I wept. I hope she grows to be a little fool, because there's nothing better to be a beautiful little fool in this wonderful world.
One day, Nick and Tom took the train to Manhattan. Tom suddenly jumps off the train to go to the garage owned by George Wilson. There was Myrtle Wilson, who was George's wife and Tom's mistress.
So, how's business?
I can't complain.
And why did you send me that car?
If it's business, you should be talking to me.
Hi, Miguel. Miss Wilson, Nick Carraway.
A pleasure.
Get on the next train.
No?
Yes,
Can we get a dog for the apartment?
whatever you want.
Hey, Mr. Buchanan, you want a soda?
I'm fine.
Okay. Tom and Myrtle convinced Nick to go to their apartment very far uptown because they will have a party. For the second time in his life, Nick gets drunk. Some guests came over at the apartment. Tom was hooking up with Myrtle and they all partied.
Hey, you want something to drink?
Hey,
I gotta get out of here. This is my cousin.
listen. I know you like to watch, and I remember from college, but you need to stay here. We're out of summer.
Come on, let's get funny!
One morning, Gatsby offered Brooke Nick an invitation to one of Gatsby's parties. He made a short walk into Gatsby's house to join the festivities, feeling somewhat out of place amid the crowd of strangers. gets me around sharing rumors about their host. No one seemed to know the truth about Gatsby, will, or personal story and how he looked.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine. You look familiar. Having a good time, Ospo?
The whole thing is incredible. I actually live next door. He sends me an actual invitation. I am the only one, but I still haven't not met Mr. Gatsby.
Oh, I'm sorry. I probably the worst host. You see, I'm Gatsby. I'm sorry, Ospo. I thought you knew.
Please forgive me. I don't know what to say.
I take him a new airplane tomorrow in the morning. You want to go with me?
What time?
The best time suits you. Hope to see you again, speaker. If there's anything that you want, just ask for it, okay, Ospo?
Okay.
He told me once he was an Oxford man.
Why not?
I don't know.
I beg your pardon, Miss Baker, but Mr. Gatsby wants to talk with you alone.
Nick, I have something to tell you. It all makes sense now. That's why he invited you.
After lunch in New York, Nick sees Jordan Baker, who finally tells him details of her mysterious conversation with Gatsby at the party. She relates that Gatsby told her he is in love with Daisy Buchanan. According to Jordan, during the war, before Daisy married Tom, she was in love with Gatsby, though she chose to marry Tom when Gatsby went to war.
All that for a girl.
He hasn't seen her in 5 years.
And now he wants to invite her to a tea. The modesty of it.
It kind of takes your breath away, doesn't it?
I mean, does Daisy want to see Gatsby?
She doesn't have to know.
I do it.
Really? I can transfer you some money. Or I have some business in which you can be charged off.
There is no need. Just a favor.
Thank you, man.
Gatsby sent his employees to cut Nick's grass, decor the house properly. Gatsby worries that even if Daisy accepts his advances, things between them will not be the same as they were in Louisville. Daisy arrives, but when Nick brings her into the house, he finds that Gatsby was suddenly disappeared. There is a knock at the door. Gatsby enters, having returned from a walk around the house in the rain.
It's fine. You can go. Is everything all right? I should bring more flowers?
It's fine.
Okay. I can wait. Eileen.
It's 2 minutes to 4 don't be silly. Oh look, she's coming. Hi.
Why did I have to come alone? Are you in love with me? Wow, it looks amazing. These are my favorite flowers.
Thank you. What are you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you too. We haven't met in so many years.
5 years last November.
See?
Sure, Nick, I need to talk with you. Man, this was a huge mistake. I am really embarrassed.
Daisy is embarrassed, just like you are.
She's embarrassed?
Nick wonders whether Daisy can possibly live up to Gatsby's vision of her. Gatsby seems to have idealized Daisy in his mind, to the extent that the real Daisy, charming as she is, will almost certainly fail to live up to his expectations.
For the moment, however, the romance seems fully rekindled.